It's pretty common knowledge that Rhodes sits slap bang in the middle of the lands that once belonged to slavers. In fact, a lot of people in the area still hold very racist views, an extreme example of which being the Lemoyne Raiders. But after the abolishment of slavery, former slavers didn't exactly up and leave, which brings us to the topic of today's video, in which we're going to be doing the side mission known as the Iniquities of History. So in the town of Rhodes, right outside the train station / post office, we can meet an old man. He's laying drunk on a bench near the bell, which is quite fitting considering his former profession makes him a massive bellend. Anyway, the poor gent seems down on his luck, so why don't we go over and say hello to him.
What you want?
You okay?
Do I look okay?
No. You look awful.
Awful. Look at me. Useless. I wasn't born to this. I didn't deserve this. I used to be gentle. Jeremiah Compton. Compton's stead.
Good for you. That's anything to boast about.
They took everything from me.
Who did?
They.
What did they take?
My whole life. A whole way of living, a career.
I've stolen a lot of things, but that's quite a lot to steal.
Look at me here. Living in the shit and in the mud.
I'm sorry.
My old house. The house my grandfather built. It's all dilapidated and destroyed. Repossessed by the bank.
Sorry to hear that.
I was supposed to live a different life.
Me too.
If only I could get my old things back. Personal mementos. A watch. Old pistol. My ledger.
Where's this house again?
Compton Stead. North of Scarlet Meadows. Bank says I can't go near it. I'm living rough over by Harris Field.
If I'm ever out that way, I'll see what I can do.
Time. Time is hell.
So now we can head up to Compton Stead. It's an estate quite far north of Rhodes, but it isn't that difficult to find because it'll be marked on your map. When you arrive, you'll be met by quite a big house. You'll notice quite quickly the ground floor windows are boarded up. We'll be tasked with searching for Jeremiah's missing items. On the door, you'll notice a letter.
By order of Judge Meredith Holden in the courts of the state of Lemoyne, we do hereby grant repossession of this property and all items herein to the Bank of Rhodes. M. Holden, Judge Holden. Henrietta Blackley, clerk. November 18th, 1895.
So Jeremiah has been evicted of his home. The door here is locked, so we'll have to go around to the other side. The same note will be found on the door there, which is boarded up, but the door next to it is unlocked.
Ledger, watch, pistol.
In this first room, you'll notice a picture on the wall. On the back, it has a little letter.
June 7th, 1855. Dear Sir, please accept this likeness of your family as a small token of appreciation for your assistance in the recovery of my property. Like your old pa, you're a cunning old dog and a credit to this community. Yours, Colonel Joshua Nixon, the Ascension Plantation.
There's also this.
Thanks indeed for your talk to our Sunday school class. Thought you might like this drawing young Josh did of you. He wants to grow up to be just like you. Sam.
It's a drawing from a child of what appears to be Jeremiah Compton and a dog, and he wants to be just like him apparently. You'll notice for once I don't have to read all these things because Jeremiah Compton's voice is reading it for me. In the next room you will find the pocket watch on the mantelpiece to the fireplace.
That's the old watch. Now, the ledger and the pistol.
Before we head into the next room, we can also find a letter in here.
Dear Jeremiah, there ain't nothing here of any value. I wouldn't give you a nickel for it. Come by for a sup of whiskey anytime. Bill. Yes. I was sorry to hear of Betsy's passing. Things is easier up there for sure.
That letter indicates that Jeremiah fell on hard times and his wife died, so life's not looking good for him, is it? Before I forget, there's also a cigarette card in this room, so definitely pick that up. The staircase is completely collapsed, so there's no way up to the upstairs floor. I also used the free cam mod to check what's up there. There's nothing. In the next room, there appears to be an entrance to a cellar, but there's also a letter sat on a box with a child's toy.
Pa, God damn it, told you to stay away from the boy. He don't want this. Heck, none of us want nothing to do with you. Rance.
So Jeremiah's son is telling him that he doesn't want anything to do with him. There's another letter in here as well.
Dear Mr. Compton, after numerous complaints from customers and fellow employees alike, we must terminate your employment. There's just no place for a man like you at the Central Union Railroad Company.
So Mr. Compton's lost his job at the Central Union Railroad Company for complaints against his character. Finally, in this room there's a photograph of Jeremiah Compton standing in front of the trapdoor on the mantelpiece. This will trigger this encounter.
What you doing here? We found this place first.
Yeah. Easy. I'm just here looking for a few things. That old revolver yours?
Finders keepers. God, son of a bitch! Oh, God damn it!
Come on then!
Where are you going? Come on!
And there we go, just like that the thugs are dealt with. And with that we found Compton's pistol. A proper old gun which is quite fascinating, but fortunately it doesn't work so we weren't shot with it. Now all that's left to find is the ledger, which will of course be down in the basement. When down in the basement, John will exclaim in horror at what he sees.
Shit.
Chains. The man kept prisoners down here. You will find the ledger down here, but you will also find a journal, so why don't we read that first?
Well, that's that. I was somewhere near Rhodes when they caught me. Till the day I die, I ain't gonna forget the sound of that dog barking in my heels. But I don't suppose that day gonna be far off yet. It was 50 lashings yesterday and 50 more to come. I don't think I can take any more. Man said he was doing his job. Funny kind of employment if you ask me, but I suppose you ain't. Light's fading, so that's it for now. I do hope I live to see the end of this war and justice win out. Ugh. June 64. God.
So Jeremiah Compton has read this, hence why it was read out in his voice, and next to it you will find a whip. Obviously the instrument used to deal out these 50 lashings. It's very obvious at this point that Jeremiah Compton kept slaves here. Anyway, let's get this ledger so we can get out of this bloody place.
This your ledger? A list of slaves? God.
Rewards. January 15th, Betsy, $17. January 18th, Louise, $12. May 18th, Wilfred, $18. May 24th, Minnie and Child, $20.
So now we've done that, we can return the items to Jeremiah Compton and confront him. He told us where he was sleeping rough, so he isn't that hard to find, just follow the map marker. We'll find him sat in a tent by a campfire. Let's see what the old slave catcher has to say for himself.
Forgot about us. Just when they needed us, they threw us away like shit on their boot. Times wasn't perfect. I ain't saying that. It's just... It's all going to hell.
Old man.
Old man? You show some respect. I was respected once. I had a profession.
You asked me to get you something.
There's no bringing back what I want. I want my job, my pride, the respect accorded to a gentleman.
What about this crap?
Things. Don't you understand? Those bastards have changed everything. I was a good worker. I took pride in my work. They took it away. Pissed on my legacy.
Old man, some jobs ain't for saving. And some legacies,
Oh,
they're for pissing on.
what are you doing? That's my history. Ah! Damn you! Damn you! I still exist! Oh.
So as he kneels there crying over the burning of his legacy, which just proves that he was an absolute prick, it's very obvious that he failed to adapt to the time, and as a result he's been forgotten about. Let's put him out of his misery. Yes, this is one of the few times where cold-blooded murder actually gives you honour. So that is the fate of poor Jeremiah Compton, a slaver who could not get with the times. With his legacy burned, there's only one last thing to burn: him. And I suppose that does conclude today's video. So thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, that would be fantastic. We've hit 180,000 subscribers recently, which means we're less than 20,000 to go until 200,000. It'll be awesome to hit that at some point, so let's keep going. Please let me know what you want me to do next down in the comment section, and I'll see you all very soon with another video at some point, but until then, goodbye.